Welcome back and welcome to Vlogmas Day 19. I decided to share another of my top 10s with you today. My last couple of videos have been a little on the long side, even though I started off by saying that they were going to be just quick and just little, and yeah. So I will leave my Vlogmas playlist linked up here in case you have missed any of my videos. You can click through that, and all of these books I know I have talked about and gushed over in previous videos, so I'm pretty much just going to give you my list today. So it's a quick video, can move on, all busy, it's December, there's no time in the day. I have half of these that I can actually show you, half of these I'll try and put pictures in for. And as always, let me know in comments what you would have on your list for this category. This is my top 10 young adult / teen novels of 2019. They're not all necessarily published in 2019, although I think most of them are actually, but they're ones that I read in 2019 and loved. And these are in no particular order. So the reason I said YA / teen is because this first one falls into the teen category. It's between middle grade and YA. So for younger teens, after we've graduated from middle grade and we're not necessarily ready for the more mature themes of YA, I absolutely loved this one, and it's by another booktuber, which is amazing, and this is The Paper and Hearts Society by Lucy Powrie, and this is also the start of a series which I'm very excited about because it means I get to read book 2. I absolutely loved this one and it was always going to be on my list. Then I have, I thought I had a copy of this still, but apparently I've passed it on to someone else. Hope and Other Punchlines by Julie Buxbaum, which was completely unexpected. She is an auto-buy author for me, and so I started listening to this one, had no clue what it was going to be about, and it all takes place sort of following 9/11 and 2 teens who were affected by 9/11, which sounds like a really depressing subject for a book, but it was just wonderful, and I listened to it in one big gulp, even though I did have the beautiful hardback version, which I have lent to somebody else, obviously, otherwise I would be showing it to you today, but it is well worth putting on your list if you haven't already read it. Then of course this was always going to be on the list as well. We have On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. This is the UK special edition Waterstones paperback, those words in any order, but I also have just down here the Book of the Month Club US hardback edition. I loved meeting Brie, and her rapping is amazing, and this was also excellent on audiobook. Then one that I feel like I haven't talked an awful lot about on the channel, but I absolutely loved it, and it's a bit of a controversial one. I think this is definitely going to be a Marmite book for people. You're either going to really love it or really not like it, and I had a few people that I know got proofs at Book Expo or were sent proofs and were like, what is this about? But this is Unpregnant by Jenny Hendricks and Ted Kaplan, and this is basically a road trip novel, and who doesn't love a road trip novel? Yes, the subject matter is she never thought she'd want to fail a test until now, but actually this is a book about friendship, and it all takes place on this amazing road trip, so big thumbs up from me. And yeah, when I was making my list it kept coming up in my head, so it made the list. Then another one which I love, which I know I've talked about in a kind of like a load of YA books I've been loving recently video, and that is Jack of Hearts and Other Parts, which was recommended to me by a couple of people. And this book is so outrageous and yet has so much heart to it. I just absolutely loved it, and again really recommend this one. I had the UK paperback, but then ended up getting the audiobook from my library, and the audiobook was great, and the UK paperback gives nothing away. The US cover has a picture of somebody on the front, but I like the Jack that I built in my head rather than the one on the front of the US cover, so just just something there. And then Nick Stone's book this year, Odd One Out, I absolutely loved, because this deals with friendship between male and female that, you know, doesn't get explored enough when, you know, one or other of the members of the friendship are not straight. And I just loved everything that Nick Stone had to say in this one. She is most definitely an auto-buy author for me as well, and so this was always going to be on my list. Then we have a new discovery for me this year, and thankfully I discovered this author in enough time to meet them when they came to Denver to do an event at Tattered Cover. So I have an event vlog from meeting this author, and that is Ashley Poston, who wrote The Princess and the Fangirl. I read Geekerella this year as well, and I loved both of them, but I think I love The Princess and the Fangirl just a little bit more than Geekerella, although I read them back to back, and it's great to read them back to back, and there is going to be a third book in this universe, and so I picked The Princess and the Fangirl, and I mean, I just love this edition as well, and Sue signed it in her silver pen, and then the end pages of this one are glorious. They're just fabulous, so happy to show off this signed copy of this one to you. Then what else haven't I covered? I Wish You All the Best by Mason Diva, which I read as part of the reading rush this year. A lot of people seem to be reading that during reading rush, which was interesting, but I absolutely loved that book. I listened to it again from start to finish in one day. I had the audio and I had the library book, so I could kind of read alongside. Again, wonderfully diverse own voices book, should be on everyone's TBR. Highly recommend. All of these on my list should be on your list too, because I loved them. And then we have There's Something About Sweetie by Sandia Menon, which is also a signed copy, because obviously Sandia is quite a local author, and I absolutely love this one, and I've talked about it non-stop in videos. She is an auto-buy author for me as well, but I was particularly excited about this one because it has a fat main character. Yay! And it's just cute and lovely and wonderful, but has a lot of other important things to say. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then finally, now, I'm not sure if this falls into being middle grade or falls into being YA, so I think I'm going to put it in that teen category that my first book was in, and it's actually a graphic novel. So this is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks, and I got to meet them at Book Expo and got a chapter sampler, but then I ordered this beauty as part of Target's like 3 for 2 books thing, and it's just glorious, and I love this one. I took it to my book group last month and told them all about it. I mean, it's got a map in the end pages. How amazing is that? And then somewhere along the line we have an illustration of pumpkin pie on a stick, and I'm determined to find it because I think it is just a thing of beauty. And again, we have a fat main character, we have a main character who is not straight, and we have that exploration of friendship between a male, a male and a female when one of them is not straight. I mean, that is just my absolute favorite page. Absolute favorite page, and I love this one, and so it was always going to be on the list as well. So as I say, let me know in the comments what would be on your top 10 list in this category. I will obviously have my top 10 adult fiction list coming up for you, and if push comes to shove, I could possibly make a top 10 of the year list generally out of books that I've read. It might be really hard though. we'll see. So I have more Vlogmas content obviously coming up for you tomorrow. I have some movies to talk about. I have a vlog to share with you. I have some Christmas lights to share with you. I have some Christmassy things to share with you. So you're going to want to be subscribed so that lands in your subscription feed. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, and I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 20. What? Bye.